Hello and welcome to your practice today. This class is called Strawberry, and according to Robin Wall Camara in Braiding Sweetgrass, which is a beautiful book about Indigenous wisdom, the strawberry is the heart fruit. And so, with that inspiration, our practice today is all about heart opening, connecting to the heart center, and using this time on the mat to cultivate a connection to that energetic center of the body. So bring yourself to a comfortable seat, perhaps supporting under the sitting bones and lengthening the spine, letting the shoulders soften, the heart lift. And then if it feels safe for you to close the eyes, you can close the eyes fully, or otherwise just soften the gaze. So you start to tune out of the distractions of the space around you and start to navigate or orientate the awareness inwards. And just notice how the breath is here before you're trying to shape it in any way. Just notice what the natural flow of breath is. And see if you can now take your awareness to the heart space. So, not the physical heart to the left, but right in the center where the spiritual heart resides. And rest your awareness into this space. And notice if there is any feeling or emotion here that you can identify. And don't worry if it feels too subtle right now to notice. We're placing our awareness and our energy here. And slowly starting to connect inwards. And maybe you can place one hand to the heart and take the other hand behind the back. And if you have the space in your shoulder to do so, you could just let the hand rest behind the heart. Otherwise, you could place that hand on top of the other in the front of the heart. And as you start to deepen your breath, you can sense the spaciousness in and around the heart center. Oh, lovely. Let's take another deep breath into this space. And let that breath go. Let's release the right hand down onto the mat. If you have something under your seat, maybe just pop it to one side. And we're going to reach the left hand up and over, maybe coming down onto the right forearm or staying on the fingertips. Keep the sitting bones grounded, just lengthening through the sides of the body. And then come up through the center, switch the cross of the legs, left hand to the left side and reach the right arm up and over. Good. Now place the hands behind you. Release the soles of the feet to the floor and hug the shoulder blades back. So where you perhaps rested your hand before, see if you can bring the shoulder blades together in that space. And lift your chest. Good. Breathe. Just gentle space into the front of the body, keeping that broadening through the back. And then as you inhale, push through the hands and the feet, send the knees forward, coming into a reverse tabletop. Just be really mindful coming into this. You don't want to force too deeply. Draw your navel in towards the spine. Lift from behind the body. And then placing your hips a little bit further back, bring the backs of the legs to the floor and reach up. You're going to bend your knees as you reach towards your toes. Lengthen your chest forwards. Good. So not focusing so much on the forward fold here, but more on lengthening the spine and extending the chest forward, using the fingers to the toes as a little bit of support. Nice. Take a breath in. And then place the hands behind you. This time point your toes, lift your hips, coming into a reverse tabletop. If it's not too much, you could drop the head back. But again, just being mindful, we're at the very beginning of our practice. The body might not be warm, depends what else you've been up to just before now. So just be careful. And then gently chin to chest, place your hips to the floor and cross the ankles. We're going to walk the hands forward and come into Anahatasana. So the hands walk forwards and we start to melt the chest down to the floor. And breathe. See how deep you can send the breath in the body. Good, and then push through the hands. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And we'll start to cat-cow the spine. So as you inhale, sending your chest forward and lift your sitting bones. And then exhale, curling in, take the gaze to the navel. And do that a couple of times. So inhale. And exhale. Think about massaging the space around the heart with your breath and with your movement. Good. From here, find neutral. We're going to extend the right leg out behind us. And then pick up the heel and extend the left arm alongside your left ear. Breathe. Draw your navel in towards your spine. And then bend your knee and reach back to take hold of the right foot behind you. Place the left hand down to the floor. Take your right leg out to the right side and press the big toe side of the foot onto the ground. Good. Maybe if it's spacious and comfortable, you can place the whole foot down onto the floor. And perhaps just rock forward and back and explore that sensation in the groin. And then peel the right arm up to the sky. From here, exhale, let's sweep that hand underneath. You're going to tap the back of the left shoulder and then inhale, open up. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. Place the hand back down onto the floor. Bend the knee, send it all the way back behind and place it down onto the ground. Just take a cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, tuck the tailbone. Good. Coming back to all fours, extend the left leg and then lift the heel away from the floor. So you're activating through the glutes. Bring your right arm forwards. Take a breath in and then exhale, bend the knee, reach back and take hold of the foot. And if the foot's too far away, you could use a towel or a strap to make the arm a little bit longer rather than forcing yourself somewhere that's not comfortable or safe for the body to go right now. Now, as you release the foot, extend the leg out to the side, press the big toe edge down onto the floor, and then maybe land the little toe. And just have a little rock forwards and backwards, exploring that sensation through the groin, maybe hamstring, depending on where there's tension in the body. It shows up in different places for different people at different times. And then press into the right hand and reach the left arm up. Sweep the hand underneath, like tapping the outside of the right shoulder. And then inhale back up. So again, just massaging through and around the heart space. Good. Inhale, reach the arm up. Place the hand back down to the floor. Let's sweep that leg all the way back. Press the knees down onto the floor and then tuck the toes and gently come up to downward facing dog. How is the breath here? And just find a simple flow and thread of breath. Good, and then slowly start to walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine, maybe slide your hands onto your shins. And exhale, fold the body down. We're going to rise up to standing, push through the feet, send your hips forward and reach up, lifting and extending out of the waist. Now interlace the fingers and send your first fingers skywards and lift up from underneath the armpits, underneath the heart. See if you can root down through the feet while extending up. And then exhale, interlace the hands behind your back. Good. Open up through the front body and then exhale, gently fold all the way down. Breathe here, a couple of breaths. Notice if you're holding tension through the head and neck. See if you can soften the belly, let the weight come forward into the front of the feet. And then release the hands, take them all the way up alongside your ears. And exhale, release the hands either side of the body. Good, maybe have a little shake out. And then roll your shoulders down the back. Bring the hands to the heart, just connect into that energetic center of the body. And shift the weight to the right leg. Bring your left knee into your chest. Send it back behind you as if you're coming through a warrior three. But bend the right knee and ground the foot down. We're coming up to warrior one. Good. And draw the front ribs towards one another. Strong foundation with the lower body. And then hands come behind your back. Maybe shift the interlace of the fingers one digit along. And then fold forwards into humble warrior. So really softening through the upper body, trusting in the foundation of the lower body. Push down through the feet, reach your arms up and pick up the back heel. Now tuck your tailbone and draw your left hip forward so you start opening up through the front of the left thigh. Maybe lift up underneath the ribs a little more and perhaps spread the arms wide, taking this into a back bend without collapsing into the lower back. And then draw the front ribs towards one another, lift up, and exhale, fold over the right leg. Shift the weight forwards, step left foot to the top of the mat, and fold over your toes. Rise up to standing, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands through the heart center. Let's shift the weight to the left leg. Bring your right knee into your chest. Exhale, send the leg back in space like you're coming through warrior three, but ground the back heel, warrior one. Good, breathe. Take the hands behind you, switching the interlace again, drawing open through the front of the body. And exhale, humble warrior. See if the palms can come together. Can you soften through the neck, the shoulders, the jaw? Trust in the foundation of the lower body. Pour the weight down. Release through the upper body. And then push through the feet to come up. Pick up the back heel. Good. Now tuck the tailbone, draw that right hip forwards. You could bend the right knee, so you're really aiming for a depth of sensation through the right hip flexors or the front of the right thigh, depending on where there's tension in your body. And then maybe if you find stability here, you could start to lift up ribs away from pelvis, opening the arms up and take a little bit of a back bend. Good. Draw the front ribs towards one another. Reach the arms up. And exhale, release your hands down. Let's step the right foot to the top of the mat. Look forwards. And exhale, fold over the toes. Rise up to standing. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Shifting the weight to the right foot. Bring your left knee into your chest. Sending it back through warrior three. Keep the chest lifted. And then ground the back heel. Reach the arms up. Warrior one. Good. Let's pick up the back heel again. Keep lifting up. Find that back bend here without collapsing through the spine. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Lift from underneath the armpits and then drop the back heel. Take the left hand down the left leg and reverse your warrior. Look forwards, reaching in front of the right foot. Come to Ardha Chandrasana. Use a block underneath the right hand if that's helpful for you. Now, option one is to stay here. Option two is to take the top of the left foot, coming into Chapasana variation, candy cane. If you wobble, if you fall, don't worry. Come back in your own time. And then release that top foot if you have it. Place the left foot down onto the floor. Come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms high. And exhale, bring the hands through the heart. Shift the weight to the left foot. Bring the right knee into your chest. Keeping the heart lifted as you energize through the back leg. Stepping back to warrior one. Good. And then lift up the back heel, tuck the tailbone, and extend through the back of the body as you lift up and out of the waist here. Steady the breath. Drop the back leg, back heel, place the right hand down the back leg, lift the left arm up and over, and then looking forwards, we find Ardha Chandrasana. So exploring the same variation on this side as you took on the first side. You want to take hold of the top of the foot with the right hand, that's an option. Keep the spine long. Good, and then gently release the foot if you have it. Place the right hand down to the floor. Right foot meets the earth. Look forwards, halfway lift of the spine, and exhale, fold over your toes. Have a gentle rock from side to side, catch hold of opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavy. And then releasing the elbows and slowly roll up the spine. Good. Knees forward, hips forward, lifting from the chest. Reach the arms up over your head, interlace the fingers. As you root down through the feet, release first finger skywards. And maybe you can keep lifting up out of the waist to take a little back bend here. Draw your navel to spine, keep lifting up. And exhale, just release the hands either side of the body. Nice. Bring the hands to the heart. And breathe. Making sure that we're creating space in the body with the breath, not pushing beyond the point that is appropriate for us in this moment, in this practice. Let's take a step back to the middle of the mat, shifting the weight into the right foot. You're going to bring the left knee into your chest and take the left foot in the left hand, and then send the left knee down to the floor. Now push down through that right leg, and as you start to extend the left foot into the left hand, you can reach the right arm forwards. Now there's no rush to start reaching down. Think of kicking into the left hand and then extending forwards to counterbalance. Good. Coming into our dancer's pose. Lengthening through the waist. Spaciousness in and around the heart. And then inhale, bring that knee into your chest and bring your forehead gently down to the knee. And release. Shift the weight to the left foot, switch sides. Right hand comes down onto the top of the foot. Send your knee down, send your hips forward, and then start extending that leg into the right hand. Reach your left arm up alongside your ear. Breathe. If staying with your breath means staying upright, then that's enough. You don't have to go anywhere else. Smooth out the breath. Take an inhale. Let's bring that knee through the center, forehead to the knee. And let it go. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, push through the feet, interlace the fingers, lifting up. And exhale, fold all the way down. Take an inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, fold over your toes. Place the hands to the floor. Send the knees in between the hands. And then cross the ankles and roll onto your seat. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us, just like we did at the beginning of practice. Take the hands behind the back. Point the toes, hug your shoulders down the back of the body. Lift up. Breathe. And then gently lower down. Find the sitting bones. Reach your arms up and exhale, fold. Take hold of your big toes. Lift the chest forward. And maybe from there you start to extend the legs. And just notice how it feels to be in your body right now. And then let go of the physical sensation and see if you can tune into something more subtle. Can you attune yourself to the energy of the heart space? Nice. 2 more breaths. And then release the toes. Bring the soles of the feet together. Find the sitting bones here. Lengthen your spine. And then you can just fold forwards. Let go of the feet. Turn the backs of the hands to the floor. And just let the body fall over the toes. Two more breaths. And gently lift your chest. Take the hands to the outside edges of the knees and guide them towards one another. Place the hands on the floor and shuffle your hips forward. Then come to roll down onto your back. Bringing your knees into your chest and gently rocking from side to side. And then take the arms out wide and just gently drop the feet to the right. And you can let the gaze turn to the right or the left, whatever feels most comfortable for you, or whatever is your preference at this point in your practice. And then coming through the center and taking it over onto the other side. And then back to the center. Let's hug the knees into your chest. And gently rock from side to side. And then arrange your body on the mat for Savasana. And if all the back bending has made the lower back a little sensitive, you could always place blocks or a bolster underneath the knees. And when you arrive with the back of the body on the earth, take a deep breath in. All of that which you were holding onto, anything heavy in the heart space that we've kind of stimulated through the practice, maybe offer a release with a deep breath in and a big sigh. Staying here as long as you like. But when you're ready, you can start to bring movement back to the body. You can reach the arms up over your head. And you can bring your knees into your chest and have a little rock from side to side. And gently bring yourself up to seated in whatever way feels most appropriate for you right now. And when you find seated, just come to place the hands at the center of the chest. Take a couple of breaths, just tuning into the energy of the heart space. There's so much wisdom in this energetic center of the body, and as we meet ourselves on the mat, we have the opportunity to connect in, listen and take notes and be guided by the energy of the heart space. So let's carry some of that attunement and guidance forwards as we step into the rest of the day ahead of us now, bringing the hands to the heart, bowing the head to the hands. Take a deep breath in and a big sigh. Thank you for your practice today.